If you find yourself looking for the perfect craft beer to pair with your next cookie flight, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. That was me years ago. In this video, we are going to cover which beer styles are going to pair best with your plain varieties of cookies, and then we will discuss which beers are going to pair best with your chocolate varieties. And lastly, we will take a look at some unique cookie varieties and what beer styles are going to pair best with them. And that's not all. I also have a super simple strategy to help you create the perfect pairings for your next gathering, so be sure to stick around until the end. Let's get started. So with your plain cookie varieties, the most common that we enjoy are shortbread cookies and sugar cookies, with or without frosting. So with your shortbread cookies, you want to have a nice, light, crisp beer that is going to complement the sweetness of those shortbread cookies. So great options would be a Kolsch or a Hefeweizen. Now, if you are looking for something to balance the sweetness instead of complement it, an IPA is going to be your great option because the bitterness in the IPA is going to balance out the sweetness, creating a nice, well-rounded pairing, whereas a Kolsch is going to accent that sweetness. So if you are not looking for super sweet options, then the IPA is going to be your best route. Now, sugar cookies, just like those shortbread cookies, are going to do well when they are paired with a light, crisp beer as well. Now, when you factor in the frosting that is typically on those sugar cookies, you want to have a crisper beer to really complement the sweetness of those cookies. So this is where you're going to want to have a Pilsner or a wit beer to go along with those sugar cookies. Now, if you are adding a little bit of lemon zest to either the cookie dough or the frosting, that wit beer is going to be great, as well as a hazy IPA with any citrus hops. These are not only going to help with the sweetness, but also accent those citrus notes of that lemon zest in your cookies and really balance for a full, well-rounded dessert enjoyment. Now, before we jump into some chocolate varieties and beer pairings to go along with those, I want to hear from you. What is your favorite cookie variety? And what beer do you think would go best with it? Leave it in the comments below. I look forward to reading those and helping you guys out with some insight. So with some chocolate varieties, there is always a plethora of options to add in with that chocolate creaminess. One of my personal favorites is combining chocolate and peanut butter. So when you have these peanut butter combined with that chocolate, with those creamy textures, you are going to want a smooth beer to go along with that, as well as something on the darker side to really accent the chocolatey notes. So a great option to go with your chocolate peanut butter cookies would be a porter. Now, if you are looking for something to really accent those nutty flavors, a peanut butter porter is going to be your best option, because then you'll get the chocolate and peanut butter from the cookie and the chocolate peanut butter from the beer. If you're looking for something to more balance out instead of accent the creaminess and nutty flavors of the peanut butter, a barley wine is going to be a great option to do that. Now, another popular combination with chocolate is adding minty flavors. So with your chocolate mint cookies, a great option would be a dry Irish stout. This is going to accent the mintiness and balance out the chocolatiness. So it's not going to be super sweet, but instead more of a dark chocolate type experience versus your sweet milk chocolate experience. If you are not a fan of dry Irish stouts, a creamy oatmeal stout is another great option to really accent the chocolatey flavors, but also balance out the mintiness in that cookie. Another popular one that we see out there is a s'mores variety where you have the chocolate, marshmallow, and graham cracker all combined into one delicious cookie. So to really accent these flavors and balance out the sweetness, a Russian Imperial is going to be a great option. These are going to complement each other really well with those chocolate, vanilla, and creamy characteristics in that cookie. And if you're looking for something to balance out versus accent that sweetness, a traditional stout is going to be a great option. So before we jump into some more unique cookie varieties, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button because I'm dropping videos like this every week, and I would hate for you to miss out on the next one. So let's take a look at some more unique, less popular cookie varieties to pair with your favorite craft beers. So one combination would entail coconut, caramel, and toffee. So with these flavors, you are going to want to find a beer that is going to also have those creamy caramel molasses characteristics. So great option for this is going to be an amber. It's going to accent the caramel flavors in that cookie, but also balance out the nuttiness from the coconut. Another great option to balance out the sweetness would be pairing it with an Imperial IPA. That is going to smooth out the sweetness while still accenting the caramel notes in both the cookie and the beer. Another family favorite of mine is any oatmeal cookie variety. Whether you're combining the oatmeal with raisins, peanut butter, you name it. Anything oatmeal, you are going to want to have a nutty beer to accent the nutty flavors of that oatmeal. So a nut brown is a great option to really accent those flavors. If you're looking for something to balance out those flavors instead, a British bitter is going to be the way to go. So those bitter notes in that British style is going to really balance the sweetness of the oatmeal, creating that nice, well-rounded experience. So the last cookie that we are going to take a look at is a snickerdoodle or any other options that you may find out there that have those cinnamon, nutmeg, and baking spice flavors. So to accent and complement these cookies, you're going to want to have a spiced ale, most often found on the shelves in the winter. Those are going to complement each other very well and really accent the spiciness flavors. And if you're looking for a style to balance out the spiciness, your best option is going to be an Oktoberfest or Marzen style. So you're still going to get some of those caramel and molasses notes, but not quite as heavy on the spice from the cinnamon and the nutmeg. So if you are ready to create your perfect spread with beer pairing for your next gathering, a few things that you want to remember are sweet likes heat. So if you have something spicy, your best option is going to be to pair it with a sweeter style of beer. And to create that full, well-rounded balance, you're going to want something with lots of bitterness to cancel out the excessive sweetness. So if you are ready to create your perfect pairing for your next gathering, check out the link in the description below and grab your beer and food pairing guide for free today.